Welcome back to Event Advice. I hadn't even told Will that I was doing this intro, but it's me in the asking questions seat today. Today we're going to be giving ourselves a pat on the back, but actually looking at why we're able to as well, and the things that need to happen as a business to make this pat on the back happen. So I've got Will, who's our Chief Product Officer, and today we're going to be looking at how, when it's peak busy season, and we know you guys are right in there at the minute, peak busy event season, we're busier than ever. We've got more events than ever, more people using the tech is more complicated, there's all the crazy noise about lots of crazy stuff going on, and yet it's less mental than it's been before. The team somehow, and the technology, are making that crazy period seem easier. Now, how does that happen, Will? Were you even aware that it happened?
Well, I feel aware that we've also, from a product point of view, we've also come out of a super busy period, as you are well aware of. And it is taking the moments, taking the chances to really celebrate what's going on. And you have to do it consciously.
We can't celebrate, we're still right in the midst of it. I mean, yeah. So as an example, when I talk about busy time for us, more registration platforms, more event apps than ever before, more people using lead capture, attendee capture, bigger clients using it than ever before. Big pat on the back, well done everyone. Kiosk, I came in yesterday. Every single kiosk was out in the UK and the US. I don't know in Australia, but I'll have to check in with Pete. Everyone was out. It was coming back in later that day, and then every single one's going back out next week. Now, in previous years, I would have been crying myself to sleep every night with stress. I still am quite stressed. I'm not going to lie about it. But it is different. It feels different.
I think it comes, a lot of it comes from sort of having so many members of staff who've been here for such a long time as well. So it's not necessarily, I mean, the new guys, they won't know any different, but obviously we've grown nice and organically with our team, and the amount of anniversaries for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you know, 10. You've got 10, Robbie's gone past 10. I think that makes a difference, that actually you can take it in your stride. You can see that the platform's developing. You can see everyone, we're getting more, you know, larger and larger, doing more and more. And it is nice to be busy.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah.
It's important to be busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when it's not nice.
But running that many events, but staying within a team, you start to do things almost on autopilot. Like, you're not stressing about a new thing because it's not a new thing.
Tell me specific things on the product that have helped. How is good technology helping ease that kind of pain points?
Not just hundreds of little things, to be honest, I think make the difference. So we run a program of building elements for the platform that are both large and small. But we obviously have a route for every single event debrief. The staff are able to populate feature requests. We have a regular meeting with Kim, our head of production, to make sure that the littler bits that are going to really help optimize what they do are done. And they can quite often be smaller tasks that it maybe would get lost in the backlog if you were just concentrating on building big features.
Yeah.
But we love to knock those things off. So if I was going to think of some examples, it's little buttons here and there. So I'm struggling to think of specific examples.
There's some fundamental, changing reporting has saved our team and our clients.
Improving
accessibility. So, I mean, reporting is one of those bits, you need that information and you've got to go and find it. And you might have had to reformat it for it to be in a format that works for the client. We've really customized those reports, which has made huge stakeholder difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And little things like custom CSS on the badges, or being able to quickly end a stream, like switch a stream key, like with one button, or there are lots of tiny little optimizations that are constantly going on in the CMS that we, a button here, a little, the way to add a Q&A or an alert with a really rapid approach rather than having to kind of go around the houses. So
it's not always the big all singing
it's
all
not
dancing
always the big
features.
things that make the difference. It's knowing from the experts that we have working here and talking to clients constantly, knowing that the high value small jobs that you can get done and knock off that are really going to make a difference.
Give an example in logistics. We looked recently at our processes in logistics, at Kieran, Lee, Kim, Michael, myself. And it was, logistically, this is a big, tough, challenging business. And the events that you guys are running and organizing, there's so many moving parts. But really streamlining that with AI in terms of not just the reporting, the dashboards, but actually inputting of information, movement of information, kind of validation of information through AI made a huge difference to the time effectiveness and efficiency and the integrity of that data, which has definitely saved us time as a unit and team.
Yeah, I mean, that is what AI is the best at, is finding the process, optimizing the way people work. And having a platform that can accommodate that is one of our top priorities, is to make sure that staff can, vibe code things to help them accelerate what they're able to do when they're populating an app, or, manage hundreds of images or hundreds of abstracts or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
They are able to use those tools, but also connect them to the platform properly so that, it can flow in nicely.
It is the people, isn't it? A lot of it. So looking at our support, more project management than ever before, more live events, more in-person events. It's crazy out there. Their skill set now, they genuinely the team have become those kind of experts as opposed to a content uploading team.
Yeah.
It's that guide you and teach you how to utilize it in the best possible way. That more of a event authority, a technologist that are an authority in what they do. I've seen a real transition in the people, and that's empowering, isn't it? Because it's focusing on the important things. It's setting milestones and using process, but using process to make sure that we deliver on milestones. We've got open collaboration, open communication, direct lines of communication. Is certainly really helped us this year.
I think it's what we hear more than anything else, isn't it? That new people that want to come and work with us, or existing partners, that's what they value the most. Busy season, busy event, 24 hours a day, quite a lot of the time. They want support all around the world. They want people who really know what they're doing. And they just want someone to rely on. An additional member to their team, or a few different members on the day, makes a huge difference.
There's a couple of physical things that I was thinking about as well. So we've got new offices. Globally, we've got more reach.
Yeah.
We've got more people in those regions, which means that Katie and Amin and Mike, Ben, my sister, various other people that we have on site, used to be traveling backwards and forwards to America very regularly. Tony, who stood there, I see all Tony's hotel photos. He always seems to be given the worst hotels, which is great news. We have a channel in Slack. It's called Hotel Views. And Tony, you're very miserable on that chat.
Never upgrades to a sea view, does he?
He never is allowed to upgrade.
He's got to look at
sea
all.
view.
He's lucky if he gets a window.
Some of the places that, I put myself through a lot worse. So you just got to grin and get on with it, Tony. Anyway,
all these glamorous trips.
They're not having to do as many of the US trips because we've got a dedicated team in the US now. They're not doing the Scandinavian trips because we've got that. We've grown out the on-site delivery mechanisms across Asia and in Australasia. And I think that means that there's not as many of those trips, which means you're not having as many frazzled people going on site. Yes, they're still frazzled, Tony, I'm sure. But
They'd be less frazzled if you let them lie down on the plane.
Well, they're not going on the long plane journeys anymore
yeah,
that
good point.
requires that kind of conversation.
Good point.
So that's the point. You don't ever get to lie down going from Bristol Airport to Edinburgh.
No.
You just got to grin and bear it.
Could if you led in the aisle, I guess.
Stop stirring.
Sorry. What I was going to say to that, though, is finding those people who really love that type of thing is very important.
The guys love it. I did think you got planners, organisers, event teams. Our on-site team, so 180 days of on-site, 180 to 200 on-site days. They are back to back.
Yeah.
Katie literally is all over the place still. To contradict to an extent what I've just said, some of them still are. So Katie still is. And I always thought to myself, this has got, for me, I did it for a while, and it was so exhausting.
I mean, you still travel a hell of a lot.
I still have to travel a lot, yeah, but it's different, the travel I do.
You're not back to back. Well, sometimes you're back to back.
Yeah, but I tend to be away, home for 2 or 3 weeks, away, home for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, these guys are out of a suitcase.
Sometimes these
almost
guys are going suitcase to
for
suitcase,
months.
and I always thought that's like a young person's game, but some of them are getting older and still loving it.
Honestly, I don't. You know, we've had people who've
No offense, Tanya.
left the company and come back again and gone back into that sort of role. Look,
Is it because they love it, or is it because they just couldn't find something else to do?
I don't think they could do it if they didn't love it.
It's tricky, isn't it?
I think there is definitely.
Tony,
an
give us a
element.
thumb up if you love it.
Yeah,
He's
oh,
in
yeah, he's a medium.
It was in
It
between.
was slightly upwards, if anything, 2 degrees up.
But I was also going to say, with that kind of global strategy that we've gone through, and lots of agencies are going through it, so it's relevant. We've centralised all those systems as well, so there's global efficiency of our systems and processes, which passes on to the effectiveness of the project. But also that is certainly not a calm sense. I mean, Kieran's been in since 5 o'clock this morning, turning a kit around. So I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not as batshit crazy as it used to be at this time of year.
Well, I think like you say, I think we're probably better organised than we ever have been from every single aspect. I know that the product is better organised in terms of the backlog and what work we're doing, and Jira and things like that, and the development and the what the guys are using AI to accelerate on. I do think we're better optimized across the board, and you always need a mixture of super organized people and creative people, because me as a creative person, I'm not the most organized person in the world, but obviously work with some very organized people. And I think across the board, we've got a really good mixture of people that are brilliant with people, super organized or super creative. And I think that's a really good combination of, honestly though, absolutely, to every single man and woman that works here, everyone wants the best, the event they're working on right then to be the best thing possible.
Yeah.
And I think that really matters, is everyone really cares about the event.
These sessions don't normally sound like a massive CrowdComms sales session. This one has done, so I apologise. I just want to bring it round a little bit to kind of what you can take away from this. And I think if you're in a business that's going through growth phase, as we are, as lots are, you kind of, if you're not going through growth phase, you're in trouble, as far as I've always seen business. Businesses that are stagnant in trouble. So let's hope you're in growth phase. But if you are, there's a number of things that you need to focus on and get right. The first one is your people. Make sure your people are aligned. Make sure you invest in those people, that they're the right people. There's this idea in lots of businesses that I've been in where people get stale and you should kind of almost hope for churn. And that's absolute rubbish as far as I can see it. There's guys here been working with me for 16, 18 years, providing huge value, hugely knowledgeable in terms of their understanding of the industry and the product. The longer time they are here, the more of an asset they are. So don't squeeze people. That's the first one, your people. And that's probably the most important. Listen to your clients when you're looking at your product, which I know you and your team really do. Listen to them so you can evolve your product. And these things, by the way, these are the things that make growing and it seeming like it's not possible, okay? Your people, listening to your clients to evolve your product. Centralizing systems. Now, I know when we talk about centralization of business operating systems, people get nervous, but having a standard of quality, understanding how to deliver that, learning from regions that do it best and centralizing those processes enables you to grow without, and to kind of consolidate the number of tools that you're using, improves that efficiency and makes life easier. And then I think what you also have to do is remain agile. And I think that comes down to listening as well. And being agile is super crucial and something that you have to focus on geopolitically or AI. And we can, what that does for your business and how you operate. So they're my takeaways. Have you got anything you'd add to that?
Well, I would say just life generally is a series of problems to solve. And actually, there's lots of books that say that happiness is not actually a thing. It comes from solving problems. So that's where humans get their happiness from. So it's choosing which problems are the best problems to solve for you and really matter.
Do I take a 7 iron here?
Yeah.
It's 160 yards, but it's a bit into wind, slightly uphill. My son's just hit it to within a foot, and I'm going to cry if I don't beat him. That's a problem.
Don't chase. Yeah, don't chase.
Those problems tend not to make me happy after the shot.
Oh, the other thing I would say is probably, it's interesting you mentioned that golf analogy, actually, because I would probably say you've just got to be the best you can be. And if you're constantly looking over your shoulder at what other people are doing and what competitors are doing, and worrying about the fact that you're maybe not doing enough, and I think AI has probably accelerated this, the feeling of you are not doing as much as everyone else. I think you just got to concentrate on doing the best thing you can.
It's interesting you say that. I've heard people, it doesn't matter who it was, but in our sector, talk about the kind of fear, anxiety of what others are doing, being their driver.
Yeah.
Constantly, not nervous, that's not the right word, paranoid.
Yeah.
Being constantly paranoid is the driver. And I do think that fear can be a really powerful,
I agree with you,
motivating factor when it's harnessed in the correct way.
Yeah, you've just got to be careful not to just follow. So I think if you're paranoid and someone else has done something and you think we have to do the same thing,
that's when you're in
that's
trouble.
a trap. Looking at the problem that they've tried to solve and solving it the right way for you is probably the way to go, I think, probably.
Okay. Look, I think we've covered a good amount there. Maybe it was quite self-help, wasn't it?
We did get a little bit self-helpy.
Did we preach a bit? Maybe.
Yeah, I think we were maybe in danger of that.
Sorry if we preached.
Maybe in danger of that. We are quite old.
Did we preach? Put it in the comments. Be kind.
It's like your granddad giving you a lecture.
I'm not old enough to. I am old enough to be a granddad.
I mean, I'm probably not far off it.
You could be pretty close, couldn't you?
I think in the next 5 years I'll be a granddad.
Good, all that to look forward to. Thank you for listening to another session of Event Advice. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know about topics. Let us know about your growth in your organisation across your events business. Subscribe, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.